Now, there are other features here which you need to know about. Right here, if you can publish, sure. But if you decide, I think I'm gonna take it back to draft, you could save it back as a draft and pull it out. Or if you just want to write yourself a note, you can say pending review and save that, you see. So we're going to leave it on publish. Visibility, you can also write articles and maybe it's for members or maybe it's for the public. You say stick this post to the front page. This is a great feature. If you're not into seriously direct selling, you can password protect. Let's just say you have a Facebook profile or people at work that you just want to be able to access this. You can password protect it, or you could just make it private, which is just basically for you. So or you can share it. There's another way, but we don't want to confuse you. So you have those visibility settings also. Now with the published, you can actually click on that and you say, well, I don't want to publish this until 3 days from now. So you can do that, the day, the year, and the actual time. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Or you can throw it away if it's not good, or whatever you think. So we're just going to hit update, and folks, guess what? You publish your first article. So let's go back to all posts. And again, this is the meat of your website. This is the meat of your website. So when you look here, you can, this is your article. You can, when you reference back or you leave and come back, or you just want to, you can edit that article by just you can open it up, edit it, and always save it. Hit OK or publish. You can quick edit it. The quick edit feature basically doesn't let you deal with the content. It just lets you deal with the title and the slug. The slug is that far part of URL that we showed you on the end. Let me be more specific than that. We'll show you what the slug is. This is the slug. This is the slug. This is a slug for search engines. So we'll go back. We just wanted to be, folks, we just wanted to be as accurate as possible with that. So we're going to go back here. So we're back, and then you can trash it, or you could hit view, and you can view the article. Hopefully you viewed it within the time allotted. Now this seems light there, you know. Yeah, well, we'll just show you the post article and we'll leave that alone. So what we're going to do is we'll go to let's go to the website. Okay. So that, and you could see who the author is. You can see the category which you set up, and you can see the tag which you set up. And here is the date. Now let's deal with bulk actions. Why we are here? Basically, for a bulk action to happen, a bulk action means you want to do one of these: edit, move trash, to everything here. So if you just want to do something per article and you have all these blog posts or website posts here, you got to do those individually. You'll learn what that means as you kind of go through the process. So we've published our first article. We've published our first article. Let's go back to the edit. Let's go back to the edit screen. And remember, folks, content is king. We want to introduce you to this feature also, which is a screen options feature. So you'll left click that, and you can actually set up your screen here. Like we said, excerpts we don't use, so we uncheck that. We don't remember what we said about trackback. Custom fields, we're not going to use that. So comments, we're not going to use that. So but we want to use categories, tags. We don't want to use the featured image. But the real reason we brought you here is to show you this. This is 2. The number of columns here is 2. This is what we use because we like to see the whole article in as little space as possible. But that's what works for us. So you can have 2 columns down here, as you see, or you can have 1 column, and that's kind of what screen options are. So we want to go down, and then we'll update. Let me give you some tips real quick before we move into just one more thing we want to show you in this video tutorial. A lot of people get into, especially affiliate marketers, get into spinning articles. If you're not serious about creating a serious website, just keep on working for somebody else. I mean, article spinning is taking other articles, other people's content, and pushing a go button. It spins the article, make it seems like it's your own work. Let me tell you something. Google's already on top of that, and you keep doing that. If you're doing that, you're going to get caught. You're going to get blacklisted. That's how it is. So our clients came to us, got caught spinning articles by search index with Google, and I tell them there's nothing we can do. And we have hard conversations with them, and we tell people what we're going to tell you. Take the time to learn to create content. How can I do that? I'm not a writer. Well, those of you who have gone to college, you go to college or you go to a technical school and you listen to what the instructor says, and you go back and you use that and you tell other people the things that you were taught, right? This creating content is no different from using what you've read or what you've learned to perform a job. For instance, you can, let's just say PowerPoint. We read a book on PowerPoint. We said, wow, that's great. And we checked out the market. That's why we threw up a PowerPoint site. And a lot of that content in that book, we read it, we digested it, then we just we studied PowerPoint for some months, and then we just start creating content based on what we've read. Now, don't read a book and read word for word, because you're going to get caught, you're going to get blacklisted. But just, you could read a book and put it into your own words. I mean, if you learn something, even about selling product, put it into your own words. That is creating content. So that is what's important. So now that we're done with that, we want to go back. We want to go back to settings. You remember we were on the settings tab, and let's go to writing. We believe it is. Okay. First thing is this, is when it comes to your default post category, everything defaults to uncategorized unless you tell this different. Now, the more categories you create, the more options are going to be available for your default post. If your website will be themed towards a product or service, after you create your categories, come to settings, go to writings, and set a default post category. That's important, because if you forget to assign a category, which happens often, we see it happens with us, it will default to a category instead of being uncategorized. You don't want uncategorized. Blog roll we'll get back to. So that is what you need to come back and check out there and do those things. Next, we're going to go to reading on the settings tab. Remember we told you about front page display, which will be your home page. Now when we go here, we'll say we want a static page. We want a static page. You could do your latest post here, or you could do a static page, which, the good thing about this is you are getting ready to we're getting ready to show you on this static page why this is so important. So that's our next video tutorial. Unless, we'll tell you this, unless and this is your blog post. So unless everything is going to be categorized the same, we strongly recommend you stay away from this. And that's the most we can tell you before you get into the WordPress SEO series. This will kill your website. This will absolutely, unless everything's the same category with 5 other factors. So the next thing that we are going to go to in our next video tutorial, folks, we are going to make this website come alive with our first page on the home page. So that ends your video tutorial on creating website posts.